Hello. Boy, I've really aged since I've done one of these. I don't know if that's because I'm getting older or watching my favorite basketball team get boat raced in the playoffs. And that's what we've come down to right now with this Cleveland Cavaliers team. 4-game sweep by the New York Knicks. And 4-game sweep is putting it mildly. I mean, they basically kicked the living you-know-what out of them. And we can all go back to, well, game one, you had a 22-point lead in the fourth quarter. You let that slip away. All the reasons why you let it slip away. Kenny Atkinson didn't call a timeout. The defense wasn't there. They weren't winning this series if they won that game. And I think the series in itself, over the course of 4 games, really spoke for itself. Now, I didn't think they were going to win this series. I really didn't. I thought the Knicks were going to win 6, maybe 7 games. What do I know? I mean, the Cavs come off a really impressive win against Detroit in the conference semifinals. Game 7, go on the road, win that pretty convincingly. And I thought that would at least carry some momentum into this series. But they weren't going to win, even if they won game 1. It's just, they weren't. And that's what people have to come to grips with right now. People can say, well, the emotion of losing that big lead would affect them. Well, then we have a problem here, okay? Then we have a problem. Because I need a little bit more than that or excuses for a team that, highest paid payroll in the league. You're in the second apron. And then tonight, I mean, it's bad enough you give up 37 points in the first quarter in game 3. What do you do tonight? Give up 38 in the first quarter. Fast break point after fast break point by the Knicks. It made it look easy. And you know what? Credit to them. Credit to the Knicks. Because you know what? They smelled blood in the water. Okay? And they said, we're gonna finish the job. And good for them. And good for Mike Brown, too. I was around Mike Brown for a couple of years when he was the coach for the Cavs. He is a really good dude. And I'm really, really happy for him that he is going to coach in the NBA Finals again. And wouldn't it be something? Wouldn't it be something if a coach that the Cavs fired twice, a coach that the Lakers fired once, ends up helping the New York Knicks end a 53-year championship drought? That would be really something. But getting back to the Cavs here. Where do we go from here? And I remember last year I was doing one of these where do we go from here videos, and I'd have to watch it again to think about what I said, but I think maybe the theme of it was you got to take steps forward. And they did take a step forward this year, albeit I would have hoped the conference finals goal would have been achieved like last season or maybe 2 years ago, but they did do that. But man, I don't know. You can't run this entire team back. You can't. There's got to be some tough decisions that need to be made moving forward. Now, some people are going to say, well, just blow it all up. Well, what? No, that's too easy to do. And I'm not a tanking guy. I'm not a draft picks guy. Went through that a couple of times after LeBron James left. Those seasons were bad, man. But you can't, the ceiling cannot be get to the conference finals and get swept. It just can't be. Especially when you have the highest paid roster in the league. What are you going to do with James Harden? If he picks up his player option, I don't know what you can do for one more season. I mean, you made that trade. You made that bet. And quite frankly, I think you're in the same situation if you didn't make that trade. Because Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell in the same backcourt over a long period just wasn't going to happen. It just wasn't going to happen. One of them would stay, the other would go via a trade or free agency. What do you do with Kenny Atkinson? Again, got them a step further than did last year. Overwhelmed in this series. Overwhelmed to a point that before Game 4, he's saying that analytically we won 2 of the 3 games or something. No. No. So, there might have to be a change there. The bottom line is, you can't run this back the way it is. You just can't do it. And I'm one that likes to give teams time. I don't like to overreact. God, I remember the first playoff game. I was at Jersey's at Belton Village, and they're playing the first game against Toronto, and Donovan Mitchell hits a 3 in the first quarter. Lady next to me, it's about time. Ma'am, that was the second 3 of the game. So anyway, I'm not one that likes to overreact. But I think it's time. It's time to break up this core a little bit more, but still find parts to help put you over the top. Giannis? Why not? It's not going to hamstring you. LeBron from one more year? Why not? Tell me that you at least are trying to get to the ultimate goal of winning a championship. And you know, I'm filming this while the game's still going on, Game 4. That's how convinced I was that this was never going to happen. I mean, 38-point first half. You're not going to win. First quarter, I mean. You're not going to win. Remember when they won the championship in Game 7 against Detroit? What was the final score? 94-88. to 89. You held the team that set the record for regular season wins to 89 points in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Falling behind by 12 points and giving up 38 points in the first quarter against the Toronto Raptors, yeah, you have a chance. It's just not going to work when we get to the stage of the playoffs, nor would it work in the finals. It's just going to be interesting to see what they do moving forward. But this, in a span of a week, they've made this playoffs really disappointing. And I'm not the only one. I mean, how many Knicks fans are at the game tonight? Maybe that's what they need to see, okay? We live in the SeatGeek era. This is 2026. I mean, my broadcast partner, Aiden Brewing, I asked him today, do you want to go to the game, or not go to the game, do you want to go watch the game tonight? And it was like, I'm good. 19 years old. And he saw the reality of what was going to happen. And so did a lot of other people, because Knicks fans gobbled up tickets that they were going to sell. Good. This is what this organization needs to see. They need to see that, for some people, unacceptable. It'll be interesting to see what they're going to do moving forward. Now, you can follow me on X, Popovich, REP. And Threads, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. Those forums are out there as well, but just very disappointing. Very disappointing end to this NBA season and this Cleveland Cavaliers season.